Hello friends, in this video we quickly talk about what is the advantage of schemas in SQL Server and how to create a schemas. This is a very old concept even in SQL 2005, 2008, 12 and 16 and 19 as well. What is the advantage of the schema? Let us say let's talk about in the real cases, in the real time cases. If you see in the real time project, so you will be having a thousands of tables in a single database. So to differentiate those tables, so we quickly we will differentiate these tables based on some logical units. Let us say I have 1000 tables, so which belongs to like a set of activities. Out of 1000 tables, so around 100 tables might belongs to the sales, so 100 some around some 200 tables might belongs to the customers, and so other remaining tables belongs to the orders. So let us say this is as I mentioned, this is a sales, so this is a customers, so this is orders. Okay, to when I see a table name, I should understand this belongs to sales, this belongs to customer, this belongs to order. So to differentiate between these tables, I am going to split these tables logically into three groups. So by adding a schema, for the sales, I am going to start the table name with a sales schema. For customers, I am going to start the name with a customer schema. For the orders, I am going to start with the order schema. So by default, you will be getting some schemas from a SQL Server Management Studio itself by default. Okay. So along with that, you can create some user-defined schemas based on your requirement, and you can assign the owner also to that particular schema. So first of all, can I see how many schemas are there in a particular database? Yes, you can see. So let's select, go to the new query, and I want to see how many schemas are there, default schemas in the master database. You can simply select star from sys.schemas. So once you right click it, let's execute it. You can see around 16 schemas are there. So default schema is DBO, guest, information schema, sys. So this is schema only sys. So RSE, XEC rule and all, these are all the list of schemas only. Okay, so let me run the same query in the AdventureWorks actually. So let me go to AdventureWorks. Can I see little real cases actually? Yes, go here. So let me run it. Do I have any user defined schema apart from that? So currently this I don't have. Let me go to the Adventure normal database, not in the warehouse, transactional database. Select this. Yes, I have couple of schemas. What is those schemas is human resources. If you see, this is a user defined schema. Next one is person and production, purchasing, sales. These are the user defined schemas. So can I create those schemas? Of course, yes, you can do that. So can I create, is there any limit? No, I don't think. You can create how many schemas you want. So if you really expand these tables in AdventureWorks, you can see the differentiation now. So all the tables which are with DBO you get in first, then human resources like this. First is nothing but a D starting with other, D in alphabetical order. So D comes first, then H and P. That's the reason why it's coming first in this. If you have a schema with A, then it comes A first. Human resources, you can see first all groups like all comes as a logical group. Person all comes. So and production all like this. So means on the whole, what I want to say is schema help us to group logically, okay, all objects, either it's a function, either it's a table, either it's a procedure, either it's a view. It logically group us the objects. It helps us to group the objects in the SQL Server Management Studio. So these are the list of schemas are defined, and also I can control the objects based on the schema as well. So let us say there is a person X. I want to give a permissions to only human resource table. So I can give a access based on the schema as well. Okay, now out of around some 40-50 tables, human resource table are only 4 or 5. I can, rather than giving individual table, I can give the access based on the schema as well. So that's how we do maintain the security also. So in this, that is the advantage of the schema. Then how to create a schema? So we can create the schema in two ways, by using SQL Server Management Studio interface. The other one is you can by using scripts as well. So let me use my practice database. So if you see the same thing here, let me run this, the same thing in my scripts practice database. Okay, let's run it. Here I don't have any user defined schemas. If you see 13, these are all system defined schemas also. These are all system defined schemas only. So the name is DBO. By default is DBO will come. If you create a table without specifying any schema, it comes under DBO schema only. Okay. So simply let's create a schema. You can create it. Create schema. Make it as a test logic. That's it. Create. Schema has been created successfully. Remove this. Execute this. Yes, you have this. So now you want to create a table under this schema. Yes, you can create table. The name of the schema is test logic dot emp or department. Okay. ID int, comma names varchar some 50. Okay. Let's create the table. Yes, table is ready. So now just expand this. If you expand the tables, you can see here. So by default, I created a table earlier that come under DBO schema. This table come under test logic schema. So this is how you can differentiate. If you have other tables, you can let us say department 1. Make it as department 1. So you can run this. Refresh. Yes, you have a department 1. Like that, you will be having the table logical units. Like it's a kind of blocking. It's a kind of logically grouping all the tables together. So now if you have a different schema, you will be coming at the separate list, something like that. So can I see the location of the schema where I can see this? Yes, you can see this. So test logic schema, can I see somewhere? Yes, just expand the security. So under the security, you can see couple of options, users, roles, and the schemas. Expand this, you can see the test logic. Okay, so if you double click on it here, so the name of the schema is test logic. So the default owner, it goes to the DBO. Can I change that? Of course, yes, you can click on search and you can browse it. So you can give the name you want. You want to make it public. Okay, that's it. Okay, that's it. So you can do you can do it. So can I create one more schema here? Of course, yes. There's the first way by using a script. The second way is you can directly right click here, click on new schema. Like what I say, EMP schema. I want to create EMP schema. So he is the owner. So here when you are going here, you need to specify the owner, somebody. So you can put it, if you have a specific users with you, you can mention that. Otherwise, who are all the DB owners? Those will be owner of this schema. Okay. So permissions, all permissions will go something. Click on OK. Now you can see here. Okay. So one more employee schema I created. So can I see that schema in the select query? Yes, of course. Select, execute it. You can see. Okay, so this is principal ID is different now. For this is principal ID is 0. For this is principal ID is different. It's up to this one, because see the number here, see DB owner. So this come under principal ID here. Okay, so this is how, if you go with the default one, it comes with a 0. If you go with some specific name, it will come like this. So this is how we do create schemas. And if you want to delete the schema, so before deleting a schema, so you need to see who is the owner of the schema. Okay, first you need to change the owner of the schema. Let us say I think I made public as a owner. So let me remove this and let me make it as somebody, what I say. Okay, let me create a user. Here I don't have any user, right? Let me create if somebody has a user. If you want to delete that particular user, you need to remove the schema ownership, then only you have to delete the particular user. So you want to delete the schema, so delete the schema, you don't need to worry. So drop the schema, something like that. You can delete or right click, delete. That's it. Schema will be deleted. Okay, but if you want to drop the users, if the user is the owner of any particular schema, then you cannot drop. First of all, you need to drop the schema, then you have to go for user drop. So if you do not want to drop the schema that time, you can change the owner of the schema. Then you can obviously delete the user from the SS, MS or SQL Server ownership. So this is how we do create schemas. We do drop the schemas. This is how we do maintain the schemas. Hope you understand this. So we have a lot of advantages by using schemas in SQL Server. The same schema concept you can apply in the procedures, you can apply in the function, you can apply in the views as well. So that's all about it. If you have any questions on SQL Server, Azure, MSBI, Power BI and Python, please drop your question in the comment section. We'll try to answer as soon as possible. Also follow me on Facebook for more technical updates. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe for more technical videos. Thank you.